It's time to play the music. It's time,
time
to
to
light
set
the lights.
Dress up,
What
Ryan.
did I say? Light the lights?
It's time to meet the Muppets.
On the Muppet Show tonight.
On the Fraggle Rock show
Bum,
tonight.
bum, bum, bum.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, and welcome to episode 44. Can you believe it? 44 of Carvers and Creators, a weekly demonstration and discussion with pumpkin carvers, sculptors, and multi-talented artists. We ask that you please consider giving us a like and a follow on the platform you're watching us on. And please let us know in the comments where you're watching from and if you have any questions for the carvers and our special guest. Yes.
And look at that.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey!
And there he is. Hey,
Yeah,
And there he is.
How's it going?
What's up,
Great.
Tom?
Nice to meet everybody.
heck yeah.
So before we introduce you, Tom, let's meet the Carvers first. He is an artist and sculptor from Boston, Massachusetts. He is the 2019 champion of Food Network's Outrageous Pumpkins, Paul Dever.
Nice. There
Happy
we
Thursday.
Welcome.
Memorial Day weekend.
go. Oh, yeah.
Next, he's a multimedia sculpture artist from Tucson, Arizona, and carving today from a posh hotel room in Sacramento, California. He was a finalist on Halloween Wars 2019 on the Food Network, Matt Harper. Welcome.
Hey,
Hey, guys.
Daddy.
Our guest today in the nick of time is an artist, musician, and toy collector, and a master pop culture tattooist. You may have seen him on Ink Master Season 9 and Ink Master Grudge Match. Please welcome the incredibly talented Thom Bulman. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome.
Glad to be here.
Heck
Awesome.
Right
yeah.
on.
Awesome.
So stoked.
I love it. Love it.
So last week's subject was irritated Cyclops. So Matt, what
Yes,
can you tell
Casey
me about
threw that
this?
at us.
Yeah, so Tom, last week we had Casey Love on, the mad genius when it comes to monster making. And
That's awesome.
yeah, we were so happy. And like one of the things that it landed on, we'll show you the wheel in a minute, but it landed on this the viewer's choice or the choice of the artist.
Yes,
and,
choice, yeah.
and for God's sake, he's a master at doing Cyclops, and so that was our challenge. And then we spun it again and got the you'll see this, but I got the irritated emotion, and that was that's my guy. I was picturing somebody in a Cyclops who got a really shitty haircut. That's kind of
I really like the way you did the eye socket and the way that it actually folds over the nose.
oh cool, yeah.
Really
I
creative.
like that you got like the little zit pimple dot things on the nose too. That
Oh, yeah.
The texture's really nice.
Awesome, guys. Stuck those in. Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Killer job.
Yeah.
Let's see yours,
And,
Paulie.
Yeah, Paul
Ooh.
killed it. Yeah, I mean, you guys killed it last week. I mean, it's so good.
That one's great.
Yeah, he looks very irritated, Paul.
I modeled it after myself at how irritating it was to make that face look irritated, if that makes any sense.
Nailed it.
Thank you,
Nailed
buddy. I
it.
appreciate that. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Yeah, thanks, Casey. That was a good one. That was a fun one.
That was.
Yeah. So, Tom, let me introduce you to the fourth member of Carvers and Creators and who is responsible for choosing our carving subject tonight. It is the Hollow Wheel, the Center Spinner. And Paul, do you want to explain a little bit more on this?
Okay, let's do it. All right, so happy Thursday, everybody. And here we are with the wheel, the center spinner, the hollow wheel, whatever the hell we call it from week to week. So this is, instead of having the time to prepare and clean our tools and pick a good squash to carve, we're just going to spin this bad boy and go for it with no reference and no previous idea of what we're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
So nothing has changed from last week. Yeah, we have thugs. Cyclops is still on there. Maybe we'll do another spin if we get a Cyclops. We have a goblin, some old age work, a mammal, which is a strange one, zombie, robot, guest choice, elf, and primate. Second spin will be the emotion: repulsive, sulking, hysterical, flirty, irritated, drunk, grizzled, perplexed, mutating, and charismatic. That's what we got, kids. All right, shall we?
Well-rounded.
Yeah, one of everything, huh?
Yeah.
We try, to use a baseball reference for Mickey, we like to touch all the bases.
There we go.
There we go. Oh my God, it landed on Cyclops. Can you
Oh,
believe
come
that?
on. God. Here.
1 in a million, Doc.
Yeah.
Hey, we should
Spin
stop putting
again.
money on this. That would make it
No,
more
yeah,
interesting.
I think the thing's weighted.
Side bets.
I
Yeah.
wish. It lands on
Oh,
Cyclops again. I'm going to freak out. Guest choice.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Wow, huh?
All right. So of those, Tom, what do you see on there that you'd like to have?
Or he could think of his own.
Or you can think your own. Yeah, I mean, we got the whole
You
world.
you got a second to think, because I'll do the second spin and maybe that'll give you some
Yeah.
inspiration.
Yeah,
Yeah,
do that.
See,
I'm brainstorming.
there we go.
Yeah,
All right, you know what? I'm going to go right-handed. I got a feeling that the lefty in me is just ruining
That's
it.
it.
You're going to do the stranger?
That's the
I
problem.
went for a longer spin.
You must be stronger on that side.
Flirty.
Flirty.
Oh.
Wow.
And
Flirty.
there it is. Called it.
Wow.
Everybody wants the flirty robot.
Oh, don't listen to everybody.
Good Lord.
Will it come true? I think Tom. It's up to Tom's choice.
It's funny because I actually was thinking robot the whole time because I thought that would be really cool.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna say flirty robot. That's what I'm gonna say because
Well, thanks for
nerds like
coming
that.
on, Tom. Thanks.
Yeah,
a
good
lot.
night, people. Join us again next week.
Yes.
Well, we're still carving a flirty robot.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
This is a challenge.
Yes.
Big challenge.
So if you are carving with us today, we're going to give you 5 minutes to grab your tools, pumpkin, squash, any other perishable item. Flirty robot it is.
Oh my God! How do you make a flirty robot?
I need to know how to make a robot first.
Tom, I'm freaking out. I don't. Seriously.
So Tom, usually before we start carving and creating, we like to go around the room and see what everybody is drinking tonight. I'll start with you. What beverage do you have tonight?
I have the new Dr. Pepper zero sugar, baby.
Nice.
Because I'm on a keto diet since December and I can't give up soda, so at least I can do the zero sugar thing where it doesn't have the aspartame in it. So
Oh, good.
Perfect.
Yeah,
I do love
that's
Dr.
awesome.
Pepper.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Dr. Pepper.
Matt, what do you got?
I'm a pepper. Yo.
I got, okay, so, sorry, I'm echoing.
Oh, what do you got there?
I went to the, boy, am I echoing for you guys? Sorry.
Echo.
Bueno.
No, you sounded good.
Maybe that's better. Okay. I got to just yell at my thing every now and then. So I got this Icelandic White Ale.
Ooh.
Und ja.
And it's got, it says ale brewed with coriander and orange peel. So God knows if it's going to be any good, but
oh, it's going to be delicious.
Yeah.
That's like any Belgian ale is like the coriander and orange peel.
You
Well,
gotta have the orange peel.
Has
to
to.
me,
Blue
to me, I just saw a cool Viking.
That's fair.
I'm that kind of guy. I'm the guy who goes to the horse track and picks a cool name, no rhyme or reason, but I just saw a Viking. I'm like, that looks cool.
Yeah, but you're tall enough to be considered a Viking.
Oh, there you go.
You're of that Icelandic blood.
Awesome. Paul, what do you got?
All right, I'm taking it back to the old school because I'm an old fool who forgot to go to the liquor store and get new beer. I am going to drink another Mighty Squirrel from Waltham, Massachusetts. It's Johnny Hammer time. It is a New England Triple IPA.
Dear God.
It is 9.7, gentlemen. And it is Labor Day week. What is it? Memorial Day weekend? I could feel like Labor Day weekend. I'm going for 2 tonight.
Oh.
Wow.
Yep.
Is it made with
You're
real
barely
squirrel?
going to be holding your tools.
Yeah.
Right. Like, how come your robot just looks like a squash?
Yeah.
Because I'm drunk.
Yeah.
What do you think? You better than me?
Mickey, what are you drinking, bro?
Well, I wanted to use another baseball term. You going with a triple double there? I like that.
Oh, double.
Yeah,
Get it?
triple double.
Oh, good guy.
I actually have an Event Horizon Blonde from Divine Science Brewing out of Orange County.
That's
What a
and
cool.
I like the artwork.
Yeah.
And every time I see it, I think of Divine Science.
Oh, yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, when they zoom in. Yeah.
Yes.
Make them bigger. Make them bigger. Oh.
Mickey, don't take this the wrong way, but nice can.
Oh.
Do you have more than one can?
Yeah, you have more than one, Mickey?
I don't, but I'm canless. Sorry. But cheers and
Cheers, everybody.
Happy
Cheers.
creating.
Tom, we also call this carving oil.
Yes, this is definitely carving oil.
The lubrication.
Exactly.
Yep.
All right. So, Tom, when I was doing research on
Who's
you,
that stud?
Yeah, I know. I mean, well, this can't be you. This is your twin because this guy clearly doesn't have pink hair.
No, well, I mean this guy just got new hair in that picture, and then I have this is store bought.
It looks fantastic.
Yeah, yeah.
I
My
was,
my guy, I'm an open advocate for men wearing wigs and systems and things like that. So it's store bought, but I still love it. So
That's awesome.
Tom,
Dude,
by the way, I watched your whole video when you got the pink hair and put it on and just fearless to go in there. And as a hair challenged individual myself, I caught a little bit of that strength, being able to sit there and get it. So and it looks fucking great. Or
yeah,
I got to watch my language.
My buddy Phil in New York City does a great job every time. I never thought about it before in the past. And then he tipped me with it once when I did a tattoo, and I was like, "Wow, I can get used to this." And you can go in the shower with it. You can go in pools. You can go on a helicopter ride. I mean, it's glued on there. It's not going anywhere.
Oh wow!
What's how long does it last?
About 4 to 6 months.
Damn.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's made of real hair, so that part's kind of cool. I just don't want to see what the bald people, the people that they cut all the hair off of. I don't know where they live now.
Don't concern yourself with such minor details.
Trivial.
Yeah,
that's it.
You pay good money to not know those answers.
Exactly.
Oh, you know it's a triple when it makes you cough when you take a sip.
You get a whole hop like stuck in your throat.
Yeah, there's literally just a piece of hop in my throat.
So Tom, I was so impressed because you are literally all in when it comes to your obsession with pop culture and toys, and all of your artwork reflects that. Tell me about your collection.
I just collect everything that I was passionate about when I was a kid. It seems a lot more like most of us that are over the age of 40. We want to get the stuff that we had when we were kids, Yeah,
I agree.
So like behind me here is like all the animation cells from the actual cartoons that I watched on Saturday morning cartoons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a bunch.
Oh wow.
And then like up here I have like Pirates of Darkwater and Mask and Inspector Gadget, and I mean this is my office.
Oh, look at that Anakin.
Yeah, wow. my Anakin that everybody loves but also hates at the same time. I got all the
garbage pails.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, of course you got to have Star Wars.
Of course, I saw Dark Crystal there. Badass.
Yeah, Dark Crystal. I got a little bit of a Hot Toys obsession.
Oh man.
Obviously, wow. I like shoes too. So
now you make your own custom shoes, right? I saw that.
I do.
That's insane.
I just revealed today. I did these custom gambits.
Oh no way!
Yeah, awesome. I'm trying to get the camera. But yeah, it's got it says Bolairs in the X-Men logo font.
Wow.
Yeah. Super fun.
Yeah, a great friend of mine is a sneakerhead, and as soon as I told him you were coming on, he was like, "Oh my god, I love that guy."
So, it's awesome.
Yeah, you got a big fan of Nitwit.
Nice.
Love it. I love the Ninja Turtle ones. Those are insane.
Yeah, that was.
Those ones right here.
Look at that. So how do you when you design them and you're making? Oh, look at that.
Nice.
When you're designing those, are you making are they kind of one-offs? Are you making a certain amount of sizes, or you just kind of make them to order?
The Ninja Turtle ones are pre-ordered, so I was only doing 50 of those, 50 pairs.
Okay.
Which doesn't sound like a lot, but when it's just me making them, it's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then on top, like the gambits I just showed you, those were a one-off, like a commission. So I take commissions, to do like a one-off pair. Like I have a Ghostbuster one coming, I have a Cookie Monster one coming, I have a Scooby-Doo one coming.
Oh wow.
Those are all just, there will never be a replica of that. Other than sometimes if I like the Gambit ones, I made a second pair for myself because I like those a lot.
Yeah.
I'll make a pair for myself if I like them. And it seems like most of them I do like them, so I'm gonna just keep making pairs for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, like the Ninja Turtle one was a huge success. Then I was just hoping because I'm a new brand. I was like, man, maybe we'll get 10 pre-orders, and it hit 50 in under 24 hours. And then
oh my god,
every day I'm like, unfortunately, I have to tell like 20 people like, yeah, it's sold out. And they're like, oh
wow,
I'll pay triple. And I'm like, I just don't have the time.
Yeah. That's tough to turn down.
Yeah, that means your rates are going up, basically. That's what I'm hearing.
I don't know.
I think that's actually just science. I think
Yeah.
that's all that
That's
is.
what happens. Yeah, it's supply and demand.
Science.
Divine science.
something pots and pans. You know what I wish I had? Remember the muscle figures? Remember those little wrestling?
Yeah, I got those.
Do
those.
you?
Yeah.
And they were just that beige color. They were awesome.
Yeah. Super 7 came out with newer ones of those. Like there's like Toxic Crusader ones. There's He-Man ones.
Oh, no kidding.
Street Sharks. Yeah, those are really cool. Really, really cool.
All right, here's an obscure one. Let's see if anybody knows this one. What about clown arounds? Remember those?
Oh wow, no.
They were clown figures, but they had pop culture references there. Like you could get like the John Travolta one and like the Staying Alive one. And
I do not remember those.
I'm gonna have to dig that up. That is going really
Michael, I got a
well.
question for you.
Yeah.
What does your shirt say? What is on your shirt?
So I'm glad you asked. This is actually this has a funny backstory to it, but it's actually it's like a gaming magazine in Japan. When I was in Japan, my friend that I was there with gave me this shirt, and he said I asked him what it was because I loved the logo of it.
Yeah, it looks
So
amazing.
and I said he goes, he says, this is number one. And what I thought he said gay magazine, and it said a game magazine, and I was like, oh, I felt a little awkward until I found out it was a game magazine because he did writing for video games.
Makes more sense.
Yes,
But
yes.
it would have been way funnier if it was the other one, though.
Yeah,
it would
walking
have
around
been.
with the Japanese version of Playgirl.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. It was a very awkward situation for a few minutes.
It was his way.
That's awesome.
It was his way of asking you to be the next Burt Reynolds.
Yes, yes.
to
He goes,
lay
here's this
down on your
pillow, now
side.
lay down.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And we all love pop culture and
That's amazing,
everything.
man.
Thank you.
And
One of my
yeah,
faves.
your work is really super detailed, and one would think that this would take a long time to make. I mean, a few sessions. I'm sure that everybody would want to get a tattoo from you, so I'm sure you're backed up tremendously. How long does something like this take?
I did do this one in 2 sessions, but that's only because my back was hurting that day. Usually something like this I'd get done in 7 to 8 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. Holy crap.
That's still a long set.
Yeah.
That's
So
a lot.
it in the grand scheme, it's not a long sitting, a long session in my mind, but if you're the client getting tattooed for 8 hours, you probably hate your life at the end.
Yeah, that's hamburger.
Yeah. Wow.
Now, so how do you categorize? I know you tattoos, which is genius, by the way.
That's just a blanket term, but yeah.
It's just genius. But you would say it's new school, right? Compared to like a traditional style would be.
I used to say new school, but within the last year, my stuff has really gotten more on the hyper realism side.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It's like a mix between illustrative and hyper realism. I do a lot of caricatures, but even those are still like a hyper realism. I just been telling everybody that like a tattoo is just something, something pop culture related. That's all it really means.
Nah, it's killer, man. I find myself going. I when I first started following you, when I saw some of your stuff, I was like, it's got to be a drawing. It can't be a tattoo. Like it has to be a caricature that's just really detailed, and he superimposed it on like somebody's skin. I couldn't believe it.
I wish it was that easy.
It would take less than 8 hours. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's killer. I love it.
Yeah, and obviously
shit.
your pop culture and movies. I mean, most of the people that we talk to are super influenced by movies, TV, and stuff like that.
I'm a cinephile. That's all I do.
Yes, and I like to put over. There's a really great thing called Museum of Home Video that's on Twitch. If you're a big fan of like just pop culture, but like going further and pushing it, I definitely highly recommend that. And again, your work is super incredible. Now,
Thank you.
like how many what? How do you go with your color palettes? Like, how do you? I mean, do you just randomly, not randomly, but how do you hone
Well,
in
what I really focus is on, I draw, like I take the pictures I want, the references, and I'll Photoshop them together in Procreate, and then kind of, use the warping tours and stretch and pull things where I want them to go, and then, if I know that, like in this Jason one right here, I know that there's like a lot of browns and tans in the face, so I want to pull another color that's going to really make that pop. You know what I mean? So that's why I kind of went with that tealish, bluish, color in front, and then I kind of wanted something else kind of to pop a little bit behind it. So I'm constantly just like trying to push and pull, the foreground and the background and things like that. Also,
are you doing all those different colors in Procreate and just kind of experimenting there, and then coming with something you like? And
yeah, I'm really, I basically, I draw the tattoo exactly. If I had my tablet with me right now, you'd see that my color study is the tattoo start to finish. And when I'm drawing it, I'll mess around with colors and be like, oh, that doesn't work at all. And then I'll erase it and do another quick little study of whatever color I'm trying to do. And then I'll also I'm really big on contrast. So I'll just desaturate the entire piece when I'm done with it and say, okay, is this just one big gray tone, or is there moments of pure white and pure black, and kind of push and pull things where they need to be?
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, I was. I'm glad you brought that up, because I was going to ask you that same thing. It's like, depending on people's like skin tones as well, that probably determines a lot of your color palettes as well. So yeah, it's absolutely fascinating. And I mean, like I said, I would almost like just spin a wheel like we did before, and I would get anything. Like I would love to have this on here. And you
Captain
actually made.
Kirk.
I was just gonna say you made mention that it's actually a Captain Kirk mask, which is a lot of people don't know.
I know, it blows my mind. There was a kid that was in the studio when I was doing this tattoo, and he wasn't getting the tattoo, but he said that Halloween was his favorite movie, and I had mentioned before he said that, I had mentioned that I'm doing a Captain Kirk, William Shatner tattoo, and he's like, "Oh, it looks like Halloween though." And I said, and then he said his favorite movie is Halloween. I'm like, "How is your favorite movie Halloween?
Yes.
You don't know."
And you don't know that.
That old wives' tale. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
Well, that's like when people say they're Pink Floyd fans, and then you talk about any album before 1972, Dark Side of the Moon. They have no knowledge of it, or talk about like Syd Barrett, like,
right?
Who?
Or we just ask him which one is their favorite, Pink or Floyd?
Yeah, which one is Pink, right?
Yeah, don't you love the song Fearless? And they're like, what album is that on the wall?
Yep. And oh man,
I like that one a lot.
Glorious Bastards.
That's bad.
Buongiorno.
Here's what we're gonna do. Yeah.
Kill some Nazis.
Nazis. Yeah, I love it.
I love that movie so much.
Such a great movie. Yeah. But I mean, the way you pull off, instantly, it's him. It's that character. It's Brad Pitt. It's from a caricature perspective. It's just like it's perfect. It's just perfect.
Thank you.
So.
You know what the best part of it is? The best part of the nicks in the knife, like right down to that.
Yeah.
Like that's nuts.
Yeah.
I like to, the tattoo, I want to tell a little bit of a story. Like, something happened with this knife before, this was done,
Yeah, you give me a souvenir.
Something horrible happened with that knife many times.
Yep.
Are you? I know, Mickey. Just another second. Are you a big fan of like He-Man stuff as well?
Love it.
Okay. So I am
I'm going
too.
out to Walmart every day looking for these He-Man figures. That it just seems to be He-Man and Skeletor on the shelves, and that's it.
Okay. Well, you'll love this story because I remember when I was a kid. Do you remember when you could open a can of Coke or whatever, and you could win money? There was like a very short amount of time. I think it was like early 80s, and you pull the can and you could have like $5 or whatever, but and it was may have been just a West thing, but it was at a supermarket out here, and you pull the tab, you could win anywhere from $1 to $25, something like that. And I pulled the can, got $25, walked straight to the grocery store and bought all of them that I could find. I got Man at Arms, which I was like cherished for the longest time. I still love it. And they were just the roided out, like complete, just massive.
Massive.
Yeah. They were just in like and so you get Man at Arms, he's got that goofy hat with a mustache and this massive, he looks like Flanders, like body.
On steroids.
On steroids. He had plenty of steroids. But yeah,
I don't know if you ever saw Flanders with a shirt on. He was definitely juicing.
He's ripped. That's the next tattoo. Flanders with his ski suit on. Yeah,
I've seen a few people do it, and they pulled it off. So it's a good one.
Nothing at all. Yeah, so I think I've seen that on the show that you guys were doing as well. I saw some references, and I didn't know if I saw it behind you there, but I used to have a ton of those characters.
Yeah, I have them all. Some carded and some loose, and I mean all of them loose, but I have some carded and stuff. And now they're coming back with the Walmart and Target exclusives. So I've been buying those up too. Spending unnecessary money on toys and trivial things.
Yeah. No, it's not trivial. It's art. You're investing.
Yes.
My favorite was Beastman.
Oh, I like him. Trapjaw's my favorite.
Trapjaw's sick too.
I love Trapjaw.
I still remember getting Beastman. I remember being at that certain store and finding it behind like another one because it was one of those hard ones to find. And then was it Merman? Merman was another one, right? Yeah, I remember getting Merman.
And Ram Man, don't forget about him.
Such a random name.
I know. It's like, what's this guy going to be called? Ram Man.
Yeah.
I think. Did you watch that? The Toys That Made Us, where they talked about how Merman was supposed to be Seaman, and they changed that name.
Wow.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's
that wouldn't have aged very well for sure. Is there any toys that you're currently looking for that you can't find?
I'm always looking for more Toxic Crusader figures because I'm just trying to build like a, they have like the little, how like the Ninja Turtles have the foot soldiers and the Toxic Crusaders have the yellow guys in the full suits. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I'm always trying to buy more of those because I just want to build up an army of those. So those are fun. I'm trying to get my hands on. One of my favorite movies is that the David Lynch's Dune. So I'm trying to get my hands on more of those carded figures because those things are getting rare these days. So that's definitely one. I'm trying to get a whole bunch of different versions of My Pet Monsters, like the European releases and stuff like that. So yeah. Always looking for stuff. Oh, and then Silverhawks. I'm trying to finish out my Silverhawks run too.
Here's a good one. How many Rancors do you own?
Ooh.
One.
Ooh.
One. Whoa. I
One's
found
enough.
I went on eBay and found the whole Jabba set, and I was just like, mine. Sure, $95. Sure, I'll have it and put it on a shelf. And then I had kids, and they played with it. And
that's why all my stuff is in the studio here because my kids would break all of them.
They just want to play with everything, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the episode of The Simpsons where a comic book guy is like, I can't have kids. What will I do? I will do with all these toys.
He's not wrong.
Not at all. They're collectibles. They're not toys.
Yeah.
The WWF Superstars were another favorite one of mine.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
wrestling buddies. Remember those?
Yes.
Are those the
Those are
plushes?
the pillows. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I would be jumping off the couch with them and doing a suplex and things.
Yeah, hurting yourself, but
Yeah.
Oh, the warrior. There you go.
There we
He's
go.
holding them.
Oh, he's got one. Oh my God.
Rises to the top.
Ultimate Warrior.
Dig it.
Yeah, Mickey and I as kids went and saw a bunch of WWF stuff with we saw Hulk fight Andre,
Nice.
which was a fun one. And the best part is I think at the time I had one of those Polaroid little thin cameras, the little 110s or whatever they are. And I think there's a grainy shot where you can almost see a person that's taller than the other person in the ring. That's about as good as the photo was. But
that's awesome.
It's in here. I was right next to the thing,
Yeah.
How close were you to the match?
Shoot, Mickey. What do you think? We're probably
probably
30
about
30
yeah,
rows back.
not on the floor level, just a little bit up.
Yeah.
Probably
Okay.
8 to 10. So it was like perfect like eye level.
I would always just love to be like stand next to Andre the Giant and just see how massive he
Yeah.
went in person.
Yeah.
You should stand next to Matt Harper.
Yeah, he's similar. Yeah.
I literally felt like a child, and I'm 5'10", and I was like, "Oh, hey, how are you, big fella?"
He just
Tom,
He was like, "You got something on the top of your head." Thank you for getting that.
Way down there. I'm 6'6", Tom.
wow. Yeah, you're tall.
Big dude.
I took all my steroids just like Ram Man and those guys did, and got real big.
You probably you lucked out though, because when you go to the Comic Cons, you're like above the infected air of all the what do they call it, the con crud,
Yeah.
where everybody gets sick. So it's all here and you're up here, so you don't
Right.
breathe it in.
I can't even smell their breath. I'm so high up.
There you go.
Another plus.
It's like your head above the clouds.
Yeah.
That is
Man.
awesome. So
Nice, another great one.
yeah.
Half dog, half man.
Yeah.
And I have so much more. Not that I didn't love him back in the '80s, but I have such a more appreciation for how amazing John Candy was and everything that he did, from his worst movie to his best movies. He's just such a personable person. Absolutely. And I'm a big SCTV fan too.
Oh yeah, dude, I loved all those guys. Did you see that Kids in the Hall is coming back?
Well,
No,
I did.
really?
I saw they were filming that. Yes.
Yeah.
No way. Okay.
That's
So
amazing.
can you find the old shows? Because I was trying to get my girls to watch. So I turned my girls on to like Eric Andre and
That's a great
even
show.
Oh yeah, even like Ren and Stimpy and stuff like that that I remember watching, and they love it. But now they want more. I'm like, how about we watch Kids in the Hall? And I couldn't find it.
I'm sure it's on like Tubi or some of these like secondary apps where they have like commercials and stuff like that.
Okay.
Or
Yeah, I got it.
All else fails, I just go to YouTube and it's always on YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
I guess that's where to go. Yeah.
But Kids in the Hall was the best. It was so good.
So great. Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
I'm trying. I think I'm getting my shows mixed up. What was the one with the bird lady?
That was it. That was
Yeah.
That was Kids in the Hall, right?
Kids in the Hall.
Starter for life.
Yes. Oh, yeah. So creepy. So creepy.
Yeah.
So awesome.
See, there's so many. I mean, we talk about all of like top level characters of of all the things that people would identify with, but like that, the bird lady from Kids in the Hall, like that would be. I would go
That's a deep cut.
berserk. I would go berserk if I saw somebody with a tattoo of that.
Or a
Yeah.
Halloween
Yeah, deep
costume.
track,
Like, if you
exactly.
saw
Halloween
dressed
costume,
as that,
absolutely.
There'd be three people. So everybody be going, that is the worst big bird I've ever seen. And
Right.
5 people would be going, that is genius.
Yeah.
Starter for life.
I'll have to get a picture of it. But one year I went as Vivian from The Young Ones.
Oh, with the stars.
Oh,
Yes,
with
I had
with
the stars in my head.
Oh, that's awesome.
I looked just like it, and everybody thought I just went as a punk rocker. And
No.
there was one girl who
Amateur
came up
out.
to me. She goes, "You're my hero,"
Ah.
and I go, "I did it just for you," because
Yeah.
Oh,
she was the
awesome.
only person who knew who I was, who was trying to emulate. So,
And that woman is his wife.
I was going to say, and that
Yes.
he's been dating her ever since.
yes.
Have you ever watched that other British show that was on, I think, Adult Swim called The Mighty Boosh?
Yes, yeah. Mighty
was a
Boosh is great.
great
Yes.
No, damn it. I'm missing shows here.
I'm a big British comedy fan, so Mighty Boosh is a great
I
one.
love the IT crowd.
That's a must see.
Yeah.
For
So
I think
good.
that's one that you would love, Matt. You look up the IT
Okay.
crowd.
All right. I can do that.
And actually, the boss in IT Crowd, he was in another show called The Day Today, and he was like one of the. It was kind of like a BBC parody. They just did they did it real serious, but it was like ridiculous stories. And he was one of the anchors of that show. The boss that walked out the window and just dropped after it was like in the last. So.
So good.
I mean, I said there's so much to talk about.
Wait, I got a question.
Yeah.
So do you guys remember Neil from Young Ones, the
Sure.
hippie? One of my favorite parts of, I don't know which episode it was. I love that show because that's where I found out about Motorhead the first time. When Lemmy's in the singing Ace of Spades and with the hair blowing, because they always had and now musical guest and it's Madness or some random band.
Right.
Yeah. But my favorite show is Neil kept going around trying to kill himself the whole show, and the final one was he spent the whole day trying to crucify himself, but he couldn't get that last nail in.
I love British comedy because they would not fly here whatsoever.
Oh God, no! Yeah, that would not happen here. Yeah, absolutely.
Totally.
So funny.
And oh my God, like I said, I could go on. Nigel Planer was his real name. I just had.
Oh, thank you.
I just wanted to be smart. Yeah. But I mean, it's again, it's like everything I'm going to show.
How are you going to get a scar like that from me?
You talking about me?
So and what? Obviously, you're super hugely influenced by movies. Actually, I want to ask you this, and I brought it up to Matt yesterday when we were talking about some of your artwork. Drew Stuzan is.
I love Drew.
Yes, I figured you would.
Love Drew.
Mickey pegged that immediately. Yeah.
Yeah, and I said I didn't know if it was a compliment or you'd be like,
totally,
to be
totally
compared to him. Okay.
Oh, he's a fucking legend. I love him.
Yeah.
I love him.
I would figure so.
Paul, I don't know if you know that guy by name, but Mickey, if you want to show Paul, I don't know, 100 or 200 of his things, it's like stuff pulled right out of your childhood, Paul. You didn't even know he created, but it is he did really every poster, every movie poster, or even became like the DVD titles.
Back to the Future, Animal House,
Raiders of the Lost Ark. I mean, everything. Yeah, Goonies.
All right, if he did the Goonies poster, he's my hero.
Yeah. It's just so crazy. And I honestly, Mickey knew who he was immediately. It took me a while to figure out who he was talking about.
Big Trouble in China.
Yeah,
that's right.
Like I told Matt, I said, I told him the name, and I go, trust me, you know him. You just don't know you know him.
Yeah.
And let me share actually this stuff screen.
All right, good. Better than me looking at my phone.
Yes.
And we got to get him on the show. And he's next, right, Mickey? He's next.
Yes. Yeah.
He'll come off that one.
Yeah.
Did you know that for his references for all of his paintings, like if you see Indiana Jones whipping the whip or Kurt Russell, it's his dad.
No kidding.
His dad would dress up and then he would paint over him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course I know it. That's the thing. It's like being famous without anybody knowing who you are is like that's iconic in itself. Well, for me, you know what I mean. When I'm like,
kind of famous, right?
Same guy did all that.
Yeah.
There's a really good documentary about it too. I don't know.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh no, nice. Something else to watch on Netflix. Woohoo!
It's either on Netflix or it's on Hulu. I can't remember, but it's a great documentary.
Doesn't matter. I got both of them. And Disney Plus.
Yeah, I mean,
bragging, Paul.
Yeah, what's up? I got that pumpkin. I got that squash money. You know what I mean? I can pull a cable. Goonies was filmed an hour from here. Dean says, "Oh, that's right, Oregon."
Oh, that'd be so awesome! I'd love to go out there and check that place out.
Oh, heck
Dean, have you gone to the house? Are you like the many other people that just stand in those poor people's front yard and take pictures?
Yeah.
They're like, get off my yard.
Doing truffle shuffle for no apparent reason. They're not going to let you in.
Yep.
My only claim to fame from a neighborhood perspective is they filmed Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure like 6 houses away from me when I grew up in Phoenix.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Which part was filmed there?
Okay, so they had so Bill's house, that was a white house, and or maybe it was Ted's house. Anyway, it was a white house and at one point there's a big tree out front, and is the one where the lightning hits and the phone booth comes out of the tree, or there. So in his room is the Wild Stallions pictures, and the garage is where they had all that stuff.
Yep.
That was my pediatrician's house,
wow.
literally. So I remember getting on my bike and riding. I think I told Mickey this story. We'd get on my bike, we'd ride down the thing. We see these massive lines of trucks, with all the production stuff.
Probably lights.
And we see lighting, yeah, all that cool stuff. And then we're like, what is going on? And they're shooting a movie here. What is it? And those are the actors over there. And Keanu Reeves and the other guy standing in the driveway, unknown to any of us, like sitting there at the craft table. We're like, and who are they? It's
That's
just
amazing.
Alex Winter.
Thank you.
Alex Winter. Yep. He's a great documentary filmer too.
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay.
He just did a Frank Zappa documentary that was amazing.
Oh really? Okay. Well, I need to get. I should remember his name from now on, because he and I were childhood pals and all. So.
And the San Dimas Mall in that was actually a mall that Matt and I used to go to a
Metro
lot,
Center.
called
Yeah.
Metro Center. Yep.
Yep.
I just watched a YouTube video about the when they were closing it, and the last day of the people going in and out of the mall and the behind the scenes stuff, and all these, like, I'm a huge Bill and Ted fan, so all these Bill and Ted fans were going, taking photos and saying, this is where this used to be.
You saw that too?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Awesome.
Yeah, there's a guy who goes and documents all the malls and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome that you saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was super interesting, but it was like it was kind of boring for people who don't know, but they kind of know. But it's like, but yeah, that's super cool. And actually, there's one. I think that guy documented another one that was over by my high school called Paradise Valley Mall, and but yeah, it was like all the malls are dead now. Like
same thing with like from Back to the Future, the Twin Pine Malls or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's changed a little bit. I think they used to have this actual sign for Twin Pines, like in the mall, like that you could take a picture in front of and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's cool.
Where's that at?
It's in California. I just don't know offhand.
Oh, I don't remember that. Maybe it might be like Riverside or something like that.
Mickey, wait, what?
Mickey,
you don't know
over
that
there now.
Mickey?
I didn't know. No, I didn't, because sometimes it's like filmed, like, I don't know, it's like filmed in Massachusetts for all I know, but they say it's out here.
A lot of times I have a lot of friends that are extras and they film in Toronto a lot and Atlanta.
Right.
Oh, Atlanta's crazy. Yeah, they have a big film industry there.
Yeah.
Have you ever done the extra? Have you ever tried to do the extra thing?
I was an extra in a few music videos back in the day when I was in my rock band days.
Nice.
What do you play actually for an instrument?
I play everything but drums. So I can play keyboard, guitar, bass.
Oh, that's too bad. Matt and I.
Cowbell.
Nice cowbell. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. We could actually start a band.
Yeah.
Crank it up.
Do you need 2 drummers?
Carve it up.
Ask me around the mosh pit.
ministry.
Yeah, we'll be like Gloria Estefan, and like I'll do the stand-up
The
drum.
Miami Sound Machine.
Exactly.
I think you're thinking like Sheila E., right?
Oh, that's it. Yeah. Well, she only had one. Oh no. Yeah. Anyway,
I did the extra thing for one when I was turning 40. It was one of those things like, well, why not? It's nothing cost you nothing to sign up, and then I ended up getting in the movie. Like I'm in the credits. Somebody just told me a couple weeks ago I'm in the credits.
Oh,
what movie?
Chappaquiddick. It's a very Kennedy movie.
Nice.
But I got to meet, you know what I mean? You're sitting in like a makeup trailer with next, and I'm like, holy shit, I've seen like 5 movies you're in. You're awesome.
That's
You're
amazing.
the voice of Mr. Crab.
Did you, Paul, did you enjoy the hurry up and wait attitude on set?
It was painful. And they put glasses on me, and the wardrobe lady was like, I better get those glasses back. I'm like, now I'm gonna steal them because you told me to give them back. But I had all intentions. But you're never seeing these again for doing that, for putting me on the spot.
Awesome.
But you're right. It is just hurry up and wait.
Yeah.
Like you get your makeup on, and like for Ink Master, when with the judging time, we'd have to go down, and they put us in a hallway before we go in to actually get judged. and we would have to wait down there for over an hour until until the judges are ready, and then they call us in there. And then the funny thing is, when we were filming like the judging scenes, when you're being critiqued, like everybody's standing there on the podium, and no joke, every person that got critiqued, it was like a 45-minute like just getting drilled by your tattoo suck. This is why.
Oh my god!
And there was like on my season, there was like 20 plus people. So every 4 people, they would say, "All right, take a break," and some of us would just collapse because like we were standing the whole time in this hot room with hot lights.
Yeah,
we were exhausted. It was the worst.
The only thing the only parallel I think Paul and I did the same thing on Halloween Wars, but where we literally would have to, but I don't know if they did this for you because they did this for us. I think they would give you tons of really negative critiques about your thing, maybe a couple positive here and there. So, and I think they would do that really for everyone. And then you go back and you'd feel like you just had your heart ripped out. You're like, yeah, it looks like I'm going home, and and after standing there and working all day, it's like 9 o'clock at night. You got there at 5 in the morning, and you're just wiped out. And so everybody. So when they tell you won, it's like legit. What? I'm like, you hated it. You told me it was terrible 50 times. And, anyway. But
they do the same thing on Ink Master. You're ripped to shreds. Like I walked in there and I was like, man, I crushed this. I'm gonna win tattoo of the day. They knock you down 10 pegs. And then when they announce something, you're like, "Oh wait, you did like my tattoo? What?"
Oh.
And then the people that edit the show are just artists in themselves because the editing is crazy.
The same. And it's not anything like you thought. Yeah,
it's a winning formula. It's literally a psychological hit job.
Yeah,
because when on same thing on my show, it was just the 2 of us left. And they were like, one artist named Paul without saying Paul, but I'm like, oh shit.
They're both named Paul, yeah.
I'm like, oh man, that is brutal. Like, I'll never forget he said that. And they just go on a tirade, and then they're like, one artist was amazing. And you're like, well, who the hell was that? Like, what are you doing to him? And then they're like in the
throwing out different lines so they can create a different narrative.
Right. Yeah, they don't want you balanced. They want you kind of like, oh, what's happening right now? But like you were saying before, the wait, sitting and waiting for stuff was the worst.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys. We had to wait a full year between the time they filmed it and when it came out. Was it a big, long wait for you too, Paul? No, Paul. I know yours about the same.
Right? You know mine, Thom.
How about you, Thom? Was it long? Did you have to wait a long time before it came out?
Filming was 2.5 months. We filmed. We finished in end of April, and then it came out middle of June. So we only had to wait a few months.
Oh, that's great. Okay.
Yeah,
dude, that's a lot of filming.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I can. I don't even know if you can answer this, but did you get paid for that?
Yeah, I mean, we got paid, but so the first time you're on it, because I've been on another offshoot of that show.
Right.
The first time you're on it, you get paid next to nothing. I mean, it's $200 an episode, and you do 2 episodes a week. You know what I mean? So you just make $400. It's better than nothing, but it really is. It's nothing.
But it is nothing.
Yeah. And then when you go back and you're considered a veteran artist, the next time it's $1,000 an episode. And
that's worth it.
Yeah. So like some of these artists that are friends of mine, like Clean Rock One, and some of these other people, they've been back 5 times. They're getting $5,000 an episode or more. So.
Oh, okay.
Maddie, we got to get tattoo guns and talent fast.
Yeah, I got to learn how to tattoo too. That's the only other problem.
Practice on the pumpkins.
That's what I'm thinking.
Enough of this. You gotta watch all those British comedies, and then you gotta start like doing inking
So one, I'm pumped because you're one of my favorite artists, like that. The tattoos, I love looking at stuff. So first of all, thanks for being here. But I love being able to ask somebody that's been on one of these shows, especially Ink Masters. That show gives me anxiety at how bad you guys go at each other's throats.
Yeah.
And even when I went into my show, I'm like, is it going to be like Ink Masters? Because if it is, I'm not shitting on these people. I actually am friends with everybody else on the show.
Well,
I'm friendly.
That's how we were too. So there was like 2 types of people that were on the show. There's the people that know that you're a caricature of yourself on the show. You just happen to have the same name. You're a character.
Yeah.
on a show, what character do you want to be? What do they want you to be? Are you the villain? Are you the comedian? And then there's the other people that are like really are kind of like, I'm on here to show how good I am and how good of a person I am, and all this other stuff, and they don't realize that you're just a character on a show. Like your name happens to be the same as this character that people see, but it's all fake. You know what I mean? So they over a little bit of time they would basically be like, hey, we have to, on days that we're filming like reality scenes, they would basically say like, we're not feeding you until you give us like 5 more scenes. So like we would have to like, okay, you want to fight with me? You want to fight? Let's. And then we would just go back and forth yelling about something just so we can get fed.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah, they were brutal.
It's literally like Hunger Games.
Oh yeah, they're brutal.
It's a Hunger Game.
And like if we had a really good one, like me and another team, like we're really going at it and we got heated and we were getting up. The second they said we're going to wides, which means they go to the edges and they kind of film, and you look at each other but you don't talk. And then they'd say cut, and I'd be like, that was amazing. Oh my God. And then the people that were really too serious and into themselves, they'd be like, oh, why'd you say that? And they all got butthurt. And it's just like, dude, we're just having fun. It's real. It's unreality.
You're playing the part.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The drama they want. Yeah, they want drama. They want ratings. They want kind of that tension. And I get that. And it was tough for me having never done it before. And when you're a pumpkin carver versus a tat, you don't have that edge. We're not coming at each other with. Yeah, we're not as cutthroat as tattoo folks. But yeah, I watched the hell out of that show, and I'm a big fan of really big fan of Navarro just because of his music. He's
amazing. He's such a nice dude, and he actually. In between filming, filming scenes and stuff like that, he would just walk around and start talking to everybody. And put his hand on your shoulder, and like the name of my shop at the time was Classic Trilogy, which is a Star Wars reference. And it was funny because like by episode 3, he comes over, he goes, "Did you know the name of your shop sounds like a Star Wars reference?" And I go, "Dude, it is a Star Wars reference." He goes, "It is?" And then he's like, "I love Star Wars." I'm like, "So do I." And then I showed him my throat, and he's like, "You got a stormtrooper." And then I showed him my head, which is all covered in Star Wars. He's like, "You really like Star Wars?" I'm like, "Dave, I think so."
Dave, yeah.
And
hi, Tom. Nice to meet you.
I'm pretty sure he banged every hot girl that came on that show.
Oh yeah, that's his MO. Yeah, good lord.
Oh, dude, the amount of swagger that dude has is ridiculous.
Oh yeah, he can. He does.
And when's the last time you think he paid for a tattoo?
Oh, it's been a while.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. That guy's
I don't know. He can't have much room left on that. He's
pretty covered.
Yeah.
He can't have much.
Yeah.
Bottom of his feet.
Damn it, talented.
Maybe.
He's so damn talented.
Well, let's while we have a chance, let's see what Matt and Paul are creating. So nope. Usually when they cringe, that's what I go to first. Oh, Matt is actually hiding his.
Yes, that's the kiss of death there, Harper.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so I'm right now. I'm just toying with trying to get the forms out. So I'm trying to figure out what he's going to have a big, massive jaw, and depending on how testing.
Testes.
Depending on how thick this is, which I think is pretty thick, I'm going to be able to do kind of a robotic face, but really kind of have the jaw be the telltale thing. But we'll see.
That's awesome.
Nice.
And 2 seconds after I started it, well, once I started, just same thing. I'm roughing in forms. I realized I'm making a flirty Frankenberry.
Awesome.
Not Blueberry. Not Blueberry.
Not
Yummy Mummy.
That's right.
Oh, for God's sake. Yeah, this one's got a long way to go, too. Thanks for the choice.
Yeah, wonderful. Really happy.
You're welcome.
Oh, yeah, this one's got a long way to go.
They're going to kill it in the end, of course. They're all uncomfortable. That's how
that's
the diamonds are made.
Of it. That's what we always talk about, Tom. We always talk about being uncomfortable, because the moment you get comfortable, you're kind of mailing it in, right? So it keeps you on your toes. You should hate the hell out of it for the 3 quarters that you're doing it, and then kind of see, all right, here's the direction we're going to go. A lot of times, like I'll probably stop at some point and finish it in the morning, or just to walk away and see it with fresh eyes.
Mhm.
Like, why was I doing that?
I say the same thing with the tattoos, especially the more realistic ones I've been doing lately. Is while I always say this after I'm done with the tattoo because I don't want to say it in the middle of it. But I go, man, it got scary there for a minute. And they're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, like up until like 3/4 of it, I hate what I'm doing. I'm like, this is horrible. This is garbage. Because like at the end is when you really start defining it and putting the lines in. And
yes, sir.
Shaping it up. But up to then, it's a gamble. In my mind, I always pull it off. But in my mind, I'm like, did I just fuck this up?
will this be the time?
Yeah.
Oh, Mickey, see what you just said there too. Is that's always the one where you're like, is this going to be the one where I screw up, like that I can't fix it?
Yeah.
And although yours, I tend to think tattoos as a temporary medium in the fact that you don't typically see these again. They're not something you get to go hang on your wall of the art. And ours is very temporary. Is it rots pretty quickly, and next thing you know, it's gone. But but to that same end, yours is a lot more permanent on the person you're carving it on, or in this case, tattooing. But that's got to be an extra layer of stress. I'm sure.
Oh, I mean, I tell new tattooers all the time. I say, well, it's not so much now, but the first 5 years, I'd be sweating at nighttime knowing when I have to tattoo the next day because we kind of take for granted that we do these tattoos every single day and it's just normal for us. But that next person that I'm tattooing, maybe they've waited 5 years to get this tattoo. Maybe it's their first tattoo, so they're really excited about it. And to us, sometimes we might just shrug it off as it's just another tattoo, but to them, it's very important. So like that levity like really weighs on me a lot. And, the stress is immense. And then, I always tell everybody too, and I always say this after the tattoo's done, is I fuck up every tattoo, but it's my job and as a professional to fix it enough to you don't know it's messed up,
Right.
Like,
well, that's you're seeing it.
Yeah, and the same thing with probably what you're doing. There's probably moments where something breaks off or a little part of an eye breaks off, and you got to improvise on the spot.
Totally, yeah, all the time. In fact, the nice part about not having because you're doing very recognizable characters, very it's like instantly recognizable and iconic, and we're I guess purposefully doing ones that we have a little bit of leeway, right? Because we're doing a character that could, be anything in our mind. But as much as it does give us kind of that ability to make a mistake and then fix it later, because it's not going to be perfect. It doesn't have to be, Grogu, or whatever his name is.
Nice.
Grogu.
You got Grogu right.
There we go.
Nice. Well, see, you would have a stroke then if I ever got a tattoo by you because I don't have tattoos.
Oh, virgin.
Oh, yeah.
Same here.
Oh, yeah.
Same here.
I got some.
Matt's got a bunch.
I hear they hurt.
I heard they hurt. Yeah. I've read that.
They're all of Tony Danza, which is weird.
I had a thing, all right? Jesus.
He just looks down and goes, who's the boss? I'm the boss.
I'm the boss.
Who's the boss? I'm the boss.
Where's Alyssa Milano?
Yeah, that's on his ass cheek.
when Tony Danza was on Taxi, he had a "Keep on Truckin'" tattoo. I think he's had it since taken off, but
it was a real tattoo.
It was a real tattoo.
Wow.
It was a "Keep on Truckin'."
I used to love Taxi with Danny
me too.
DeVito.
Yep.
Andy Kaufman.
Andy Kaufman. Yep.
Right.
Ladka.
Judd Hirsch.
Vodka,
He was so hot back then.
Jim.
Jim.
Don't forget about Jim. Jim.
Reverend Jim Ignatowski.
Do any of you guys watch Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude!
It might be Danny DeVito's best role.
Yeah.
Ever.
Frank.
It's so good. It's such a good show.
So, I don't know. Do we have modern equivalents of like a Taxi? Would you put that in that category?
What I was
Sunny
telling people that Always Sunny is, I say it's the modern day Seinfeld. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I've been telling people.
Right, because it's a show about nothing essentially. It's just what happens in their day.
It's a little bit more raunchier, but that's kind of you got to deal with today's generation. You got to grab their attention.
The gang is just doing this. today.
Yeah.
That's the name
Yep.
of the episode.
What about have you caught Letterkenny?
Yes, amazing.
Dude.
I'm a huge Trailer Park fans. Trailer Park Boys.
Trailer Park
Oh,
Boys.
Trailer Park Boys, yeah.
Unbelievable.
Letterkenny's amazing.
And it's another one where they beat the joke to death.
Yes.
Like the to be fair. My wife still makes this noise from an episode that she like a whoop, something about somebody's girlfriend or something. Like if we're playing a game and somebody does well, she'll make that noise. And then I'm like, was that from? And she's like, yes, Letterkenny. I'm like, this is
another great show was Schitt's Creek. Schitt's Creek is amazing.
Schitt's Creek.
Oh my God,
That's so good. That's another one. There's some really good shows that have come out in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Yeah, and people being locked in kind of got a chance to watch a lot of them. I was kind of in the dark for a long time, like traveling and just staying away from TV. But now I got a chance to catch up on all that crap now.
Oh, you know which one I almost forgot about that came out in the last year? That's like amazing. Carvers Creators.
Oh, everyone watches that though.
I'm just saying.
What was that one?
Carvers Creators.
Oh,
it's on YouTube.
never heard of it.
Thursday
night. Yeah, nobody has. It's going to be huge in Europe.
Yeah.
Europe.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to have a different market.
Yeah.
It's a whole different.
People drink these beers. It's really big.
Come fall, this show's going to be huge.
Icelandic.
Exactly. So,
hey,
October is going to be great.
Oh, I know.
That's it. Carving season, man. That's what it's all about. This year we're going to have a carving season. That's what's going to be awesome. Last year we didn't.
They canceled everything last year. Yeah.
We had Halloween in Cortland.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
I went to Chicago. I go to Chicago every year to carve at the Botanical Garden, and they made the show bigger. They actually they did it right. They were like, the only way to keep the ticket numbers up and social distance, make the show bigger.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was great. It was. I guess wearing a mask in October isn't the worst thing because it can get cold.
Yeah.
So it wasn't the worst thing, but
in Chicago,
yeah, Chicago gets real cold real fast. Now you're in New York, right, Tom?
Yep, upstate New York, just a half an hour south of Syracuse.
Yeah.
So every Halloween it's freezing cold and it rains like ice.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice. It rains the day you want to rake your leaves.
Pretty much
every single time. Yeah.
Looks like I get to right before you're about to take your kids to walk out trick or treating, it starts raining.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. In a costume that they can't get wet.
Yeah.
Yes. So we were talking about tattoos earlier that we were Paul and I are uninked. I use a saying from the great Bobby the Brain Heenan, who said, "Why would anyone put on their body permanently what they wouldn't put on their wall temporarily?" But Tom, your artwork is worthy of both the wall and the skin. I
agree.
10-4, yeah.
I would definitely, but I mean that's what I've lived by. There's nothing I've seen that's good enough to be on my skin permanently. So, and then what I hear is that tattoos are addicting, obviously. So I'm like, oh, if I start, it's like it better be good from the beginning.
Yeah.
So Dean Murray had a question. Paul, if you could get a tattoo of your favorite pumpkin carving, which one would it be?
Damn you, Dean. Of my favorite pumpkin. Isn't that like a narcissistic thing to do?
Yes.
This is my favorite photo of me. It's my back piece. Like Steve-O.
I was just gonna say Steve-O when he's in the back.
Yes, that's a badass tattoo that he got. It really is good. It's a good one. If I could get anything if I had to, it would be the one I did eating the frog.
Oh yeah, that's a great one.
I like that one.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, you don't know Tom. Let me see. I'll pull him down. He's still sitting there. I'm going to cast him in silicone actually in a couple of days. But
oh wow,
that's it. What is this called? I always get it wrong. Is that called Heather?
I don't know what she called it.
Mother. I don't know why I say Heather.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So Tom, that's in vinegar, and that film that forms on top is some kind of organic sludge. But that thing's a bone squash.
Is that like the bong water?
That's exactly.
It's worse than bong water. It's disgusting.
And
I gotta pull it out soon because I bought. When we have these these awesome SFX, these FX carvers on. They're always like, why don't you guys just cast them in silicone? They make, the casting silicone. And it's like, well, it's a wet product. And then they wait and they're like, well, that doesn't matter with silicone. I'm like, oh, I'm an idiot.
Yeah, that's why.
All right, so all right, let me get this straight. I'm an idiot. I'm also lazy. I'm uneducated when it comes to that. But I pulled the trigger. I got the silicone. It's sitting right there.
Nice.
I'm going to do just like he said, because that one's in really good shape and it is my favorite. I'm going to try and make a nice mold of it.
Nice.
And then I'm going to cast it and see how it comes out.
Nice.
Yeah, that's something I've always been afraid of. Is just like I don't like any of my stuff enough to keep it forever.
Yeah.
I
don't know, Tom. You think you could pull that off in a tattoo? I'm pretty sure you could.
Oh, I'm not to sound arrogant or cocky, but yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
I got it.
But the only place you can put that is your throat, just like his stormtrooper.
Oh, nice. Yeah. That'd be sweet. I wouldn't cry at all.
No, that didn't hurt at all. Do you have a place you like to tattoo on people the most? Is the arm easiest, or is there a place you like the least?
My favorite spot to tattoo is the top of the thigh because it's just really flat and it's really easy to sit there and get to it.
Yeah.
I like the inside of this part, the inside of your bicep.
Isn't that super tender to tattoo though?
What's that?
That's really tender, right? Is that a tender spot?
I mean, it sucks. It sucks for you, but it's great for me.
That's awesome. Perfect.
So, like, where would this one be? This one.
That's a forearm, right?
That was on. I think that was a forearm. Forearm.
Yeah, it's kind of tough to see. I mean, like, there's other ones.
Lady Di. Wow.
Yeah, that's the back of a forearm.
Okay.
I love how you double up the photo
like
too to see the other angle. The way you do
you
it.
can see a little bit of the elbow above the crown.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the inner. Holy moly!
I like that one a lot, though. The hair took forever on that one.
Yeah, it's very good. Wow.
Gee, very good is like an understatement. It's unbelievable.
My superlatives are lacking today.
You run out of words for some of this stuff. It's like
quite nice. Quite nice.
Quite nice.
Yeah, we
nice.
There they are, MST.
Tom
One of my
Servo.
favorite shows.
Yeah, Mystery Science Theater is like you were right in your post in this. You were talking about how you feel like it didn't get its accolades, and it is one of the shows that has kind of stood the test of time. I mean, it's died in its own forms, but there's a lot of shows that have died and have been resurrected.
Back, Mickey, it's coming back, and you need to know that. In fact, I donated to the, I don't know, it's a GoFundMe or whatever the hell, one of those things. Kickstarter, because they need money to do a whole nother season, and they're doing 13 more shows.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, so there's more coming, which is just excellent.
Yep, it's fantastic. It's and actually I mean, there's a whole bunch of movies that I wouldn't have seen otherwise. I wouldn't have seeked those movies out, and it definitely enhances like every movie that.
It's just so funny.
It's hilarious. It's what you do to movies when you're sitting with your friends anyway.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Great shading around those eyes too. That's insane.
Yeah.
I'm real big on the shadows. I love shadows. It just creates depth.
I was just going to say, and like you were talking earlier about the lights and the darks and balancing them, that also creates this huge sense of depth.
Yeah.
One thing I noticed about your artwork as well is that it has like black outlines around everything. It's someone who I don't illustrate professionally, but I've done it before. That's a definite, really great style to get a lot of detail and stuff like that. Was that a conscious effort not to have like the color go without kind of outlining it?
Yeah, I just that's just more of a traditional tattoo fundamental is a lot of times just the black holds the color in a little bit better. So while it's aging, sometimes it wants to just drift off a little bit. And the black, because you don't have any tattoos, but over time, if you do like a thin little line, every year it gets a little wider, They actually grow over the amount of time. And I feel that when you stick a black outline around what you're coloring, it just creates a wall in there under the skin. I mean, I don't know the science behind it, but I guarantee you a lot of other tattooers will say the same thing. It just really helps keep the whole thing in place.
Awesome.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, I have a buddy that got a tattoo of a troll without a black outline, and by the time he was 35, it looked like he had a cup of pudding on his chest.
Yeah,
couldn't tell what it was.
They just don't look great.
Yeah, luckily lasers are almost painless enough that he could actually sit through the nightmare of getting it removed.
Yeah,
wow,
that's true.
Well, or you can get it enhanced of someone spilling some pudding.
Whoa. Right, or just get like a cup of coffee on your shoulder. So it's like the coffee spilled onto your chest. Just tie it all in. It's your life story.
Yeah,
it's a me, Mario.
It's a me, Mario. I always said that the one tattoo I would get, and I've seen it on several people, but I'm just too much of a wimp to get it. And until now, I didn't know anybody that I would consider like good enough to give it was a badass tattoo of Animal from the Muppets. I'm a huge Animal from the Muppets.
Love Muppets.
And that he just has the best vibrant oranges and pinks, and and if it's done well, like I that would be, I shouldn't say wouldn't, because life's not over, but that would be the one I would get.
That'd be awesome.
Where would you get it, Paul?
I'd get it on my calf. I'd get it like from my ankle up to my knee. I would get the whole thing covered. It would have to be a whole
massive,
just one massive thing. Yeah. Because if you just get Animal's face, it's like, so when are you going to finish it?
Yeah.
Did you know how long that took?
Yeah.
I passed out 3 times. I needed like 9 lollipops.
Then you got to get the whole drum set. And
I'd get Electric Mayhem. I'd love to have the whole band.
Electric Mayhem.
That'd be amazing.
Tremendous.
It's sick.
All right, start drawing it up, Tom.
You got it.
He's coming out.
This one I like a lot.
Oh, this is amazing.
That's some realism right there.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Wow, the way that
I just love the shadow. I mean, the light source. You can tell it's like it's amazing.
The logo looks like it's floating above it.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that's good.
So when did you kind of go from caricature to hyper realism? Because was it just kind of a natural thing? You're going to make each one of these look more and more real.
You want to know the real answer?
Yeah. Lie to me.
Well, no. So like caricatures tend to take a lot of time for me to draw up. I'm not like one of those guys that works at Six Flags or Busch Gardens that can draw. Like I have a lot of those friends. I'm not professionally trained, so it takes me a while to actually draw them up. And lately, because of my kids have been very demanding and they're very small, I've kind of like pushed more for the realism stuff because it's a hell of a lot easier to prepare the actual drawing for it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So it's more
you kind of.
All you really do is got to pick the image you want, kind of just, move a few things around in Photoshop, and you're good to go. And it's honestly, like I've never tattooed like that where it was such an easy setup. And lately, I've just been loving it because it just seems really rewarding. And plus, everybody just loves realism. When you post that shredder there, everyone goes, "Oh my God, it's Shredder! It looks just like him," and it's instant gratification.
Yeah.
You know what I say to that? How do you know what Shredder looks like? It's a comic book. Shredder was a comic
from the movie.
book.
From the movie.
From the movie, though. That's I don't know, man. I love the caricature style that you do. I
love it too when I have the time.
Oh man, I don't know. It's the Tattoons thing was. I kept saying, like I was saying, I thought they were actual caricatures that you had illustrated the bejesus out of, and then kind of superimposed them. Because I'm like, who has that? Like, I don't see anybody with these badass tattoos. Where are all these people? You don't tattoo many people from Mass. That's the thing.
I do a few, but yeah.
Give me their address. I'd like to go by and
what's the a person that's come the furthest to get one of your tattoos?
I've got a couple people from Sweden.
Right on.
Definitely a bunch of Europeans from France. I think I had somebody from Australia once too. So yeah, definitely. And the thing that sucks with COVID is everything's kind of slowed down with all that traveling stuff. So
Yeah.
Sure.
you know,
Now, when does that end for New York? Because that
I
ends.
mean, they lifted the mask mandatory thing like last week, so
Okay.
it feels weird now walking into Walmart and not having to wear a mask, but I'm doing it. I'm vaccinated, so I'm good to go. So
Yep.
Yeah.
Me too.
That's how I look at it.
What is
So-
the weight? What is the weight right now? And I'm
For
sure
you.
it's astronomical.
I try to only book out 2 months.
Hmm.
I could probably book out a year if I really wanted to, but
Wow.
Yeah.
I have so much stuff going on. Like right now, we're building the shop that we're in. We're building it out, expanding it, and rebranding it under a shop called The Vault. And so we're doing that. And I don't want to be like I had to push around all of my appointments because the whole month of June, basically, I'm gonna only be doing 1 or 2 tattoos while they're building that out. And then in the meantime for that, I'm also building shoes. And then in July, I got to fly out to Oregon to film for the next couple episodes of the TV show that we're filming right now.
Yeah.
And then got to come back and do some more stuff. And I try not to get too bound down with appointments because I never know what I'm doing.
Tell us more about your show that you're doing, because I got to watch on your Instagram. I got to watch the episode. I think the most recent one, which is like a couple weeks ago, you put up. Maybe it's a little more than that, but yeah, it's fascinating. It's fun, and it's so well done. Is it? I'm assuming it's done by a big network, or who's?
Yeah, that was a friend of ours. He works for Sony. I tattooed him and ran the idea by him, and he loved it. He actually came out and filmed when I was on the Ink Master finale. He came and filmed me walking around New York City and going to toy stores and things like that.
Okay.
And that's kind of when we had the idea for it. And then when I made it happen from my head to the screen, he came aboard, and then we pitched it to the people that run Ink Master.
Oh.
And they actually picked it up, the production company.
Oh,
and
wonderful.
Literally the month they picked it up is when COVID hit.
Of course.
Perfect.
We got screwed because basically they were like, hey, everybody loves the show, but nobody's picking up shows because of COVID.
Yeah.
So we pretty much had it shelved for about a year, and then our contract ran up with the production company, and we basically said, like, hey, we all love this. Let's just try to do it ourselves.
Okay.
So we got 2 episodes funded, and then from there we're gonna shop it again, and hopefully this time with I have hair, maybe it'll sell a little bit better.
You think that was what was holding you back? The hair?
Exactly, the hair.
No way, bro. Well, that's awesome, man. I'm happy for you. You got some awesome stuff happening.
We didn't get to tell you this, Thom, before this show. It's the quickest 90 minutes that you'll have, and we're about 10 minutes away from wrapping up. But I did want to quickly go through some of your other work that I have here.
Yeah, man.
I mean, the T2.
I love that tattoo.
It's so amazing. You actually, this was an interesting one.
There we
go.
I mean, this is a deep cut from
the Dorothy one's sick too.
Like, the girl mentioned that, and I was like, "You want who?" And then I had to look up, like, "Oh, those guys."
Is that Stitch on the other side?
Yeah.
Oh, you got his ear. Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. There is Paul McCartney.
Yeah, Paul.
Hello, Paul.
Yeah, that guy's getting a whole Beatles sleeve.
Oh, that's
all of your guys, huh?
Yep.
I'll be impressed if he has Billy Preston on there.
Yeah, I don't think he wants him though. I don't know.
All right. Side note: I went to a fundraiser for the school for my kids, and they had trivia night.
Yeah.
And they said, "Who is the 5th Beatle?" And of course, I was like, "Billy Preston's the 5th Beatle," and they literally said I was wrong because of Pete Best.
I was gonna
and
say,
I'm like,
they probably said Pete Best
was in the Beatles early on. Billy Preston was considered the 5th Beatle. Stop doing this and go back to DJing. You don't know trivia.
You're in a great cool
fundraiser. The Beatles crossing Abbey Road as a tattoo on his forearm, and was like,
"That's it.
We got that right."
You need a formal protest.
That was I was heated. It's Billy Preston.
I agree.
Someone
I'm with
died
you.
that night.
I like that one a lot. right
Yeah,
there.
this is
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
fantastic.
beautiful. Wow.
Fantastic. And,
And
you know,
that was an example of slight caricatures where I made his nose a little bit thinner,
Yep.
and I made his ears just a little bit bigger, but everything else is pretty realistic, you know.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
it's you walked the fine line and nailed it.
Yeah.
It's-
Thank
you
you.
know who it is. You know it's
Yeah.
a caricature, but it's still realistic enough. It's like something you'd see on like the Newsweek, like Time magazine, where it's like satirical almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
yeah. And I wanted to make mention also that I like the way that you do your social media posts like this, and Instagram stuff like that, promoting yourself, but also including, you know, kind of reference, you know, of who it is and stuff
All
like
in one
that.
photo. That's
Yeah. Do you?
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, do you do all of it yourself, or do you have somebody that helps you with that?
For the last 2 or 3 years, I had my like a promoting guy. His name was Paul. But I was it a month or 2 months ago. I just basically said I wanted to take over it because like when I first started, I was absolutely horrible at like knowing which hashtags to put in and how to spell. And just watching him do it, I kind of like picked up a lot of tricks, and I felt you know, I'd grown enough that I was ready to be on my own. And he's one of my best friends. Like he's an amazing promoter and website builder. He's just great. Spotlight Media, that's his name.
That's
Spotlight
awesome.
Marketing.
Shout out to
And
Spotlight Media.
I was gonna say also it's like, I mean, doing all this social media stuff. I mean, it's kind of the business that I'm in as well, but it's a time suck. So I was wondering how
It's such a like a hassle. It's such a time suck.
yeah.
it's
best-
tough to keep up with it, but you do a great job at it.
I
You do,
try.
man.
Yeah, because you know, just seeing all your work, like, I mean, this is gorgeous.
The weekend.
Now that is just an illustration.
Yep.
Correct? Okay.
Okay.
See, that's what I would get so confused because I'm like, it looks exactly like one of his tattoos.
Yeah, that could be on
How
something.
the hell is he putting that on a human being's body
Yeah,
at that rate of detail?
Yeah, that would be great.
Dude, I can't tell the difference, honestly. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, there's my buddy. There's this wrestling superstar.
Oh wow.
Yeah, there
Okay.
you go.
Now,
The
this was this done
LJN
on your show? I think I remember you doing one of them. Maybe it wasn't this guy. It was
I
Ted
did,
DiBiase, right?
$1 Million Man. Yeah.
I know, man.
That's right. That's right.
Everybody's
Yeah,
got a
That's
brilliant.
awesome.
Yep.
That was cool because LGN reposted that and gave me a big shout out.
Ask you if
Oh,
you
that's
get any recognition from like LGN.
Yeah,
or,
that was awesome.
And
you
I love the glasses. It looks like they're worn off, like on his chin.
Yeah,
and
it's like the
glasses,
original.
and you got that on there.
Yeah.
Has anybody watched the biographies on
Yes.
the wrestlers that they have on right now?
What do they
On
call it?
A&E.
Something of the Ring?
Yeah.
No, Dark Side of the Ring is on
Yes.
Vice.
No,
but
that's not
the
the
other
one.
one's on A&E.
It's,
Yeah, I watched
it's
the
biography. It's
You
unbelievable.
see the
I
Roddy
haven't watched
Piper one was pretty sad. Yeah.
Dude, they were all sad. I mean,
They're all
a
sad.
tragedy, but
Yeah.
it's like Roddy Piper was my favorite growing up.
I love Roddy
Me
Piper.
too.
Me
How
too.
could you not? I've came here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. I'm
live-
all
I-
out of bubblegum.
Yeah.
Back there somewhere is a They Live mask.
Yes, I saw the Day Live mask
Oh.
and the Scooby Doo trick or treat masks.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I got a bunch of them too. Dude,
my
it's like,
God.
do you feel like a little kid when you see them come out with some of this stuff on their site?
Oh yeah.
I'm like,
I love
oh,
it.
pre-order, got a pre-order.
Yep.
I gotta
Yeah,
get it.
they just came out with their Ghoulies, so I pre-ordered one of those.
Nice. Yeah,
Oh,
I pre-ordered
I
all
love
the
those.
classic monsters. I got them all, the Marvel monsters. Not Marvel, you know what I mean.
Yeah. Universal.
Second tier. Yeah, words don't make sense anymore. Words are hard.
So we're in the home stretch, but I did want to definitely show some of your work. I mean, you have a shop at your website, right? And it's
Yeah.
at the bottom right there, bowmantattoos.com /shop.
Yeah.
So you can buy all of prints or reprints, obviously, and
T-shirts.
can you buy originals? Do you have originals?
No, there's no original because it's all done digital these days, so there really is no original.
Have you got into the NFTs or have you been thinking about it?
I actually do have a couple of my caricatures I put on to be for sale.
Nice.
Right Huh.
I haven't
Yeah.
sold any. I haven't made $75,000.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm gonna ask
actually-
you about that. You were part of a group that weren't you asked to do something for an NFT, like a collection?
You talking about me?
Yeah, weren't you?
I don't think so.
I thought you just did something. You did something NFT.
Maybe.
I'll have to go back and look.
Maybe it was you, Paul.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't afford to mint anything. Do you see how hard it is how expensive it is to mint things right now?
Yeah, that's why I only
Wow.
got two minted.
It
Exactly.
is insane.
Wow.
Charlie
So-
bit my finger just went for $1 billion. It seems.
Did it
Like.
really? Oh, Jesus.
It's insane.
It went for like millions of dollars.
Oh, it's crazy.
So this is also something that
is
you're a part of.
Yep, Collectors Inc.
This
Yeah,
is
tell
it.
us a little about this.
Yeah, this is just me and my three best friends. Pon, who was on season 10 of Ink Master, and then Chris 51, who lives in Oregon. He was on a TV show called Epic Inc., which is basically the older version of what this show is. And it's just
Oh, right on.
us being nerdy, hanging out, doing movie quotes, tattooing cool stuff, and then we try to go out and do like an American Pickers and try to find
Yep.
the collectible that's associated with the tattoo that you're getting and stuff like that.
That is
That's
awesome.
brilliant.
Yeah.
Jesus, that's my new favorite show.
Yeah.
You got if you haven't watched the you can watch the trailer on Instagram on his site. It's pretty fun. It's just riveting. You just sit there and watch it.
It should
Awesome.
still be up on Kickstarter too. So
Nice.
Okay.
So go check that out for sure. I will be.
Yeah. And you
look
can
at that bald
see,
bastard.
Yeah, who is this
Handsome
guy?
bastard.
That's when you shaved your head that one day.
I
Yeah.
know.
You can find him on Instagram, Bowman underscore is it underscore under
Yeah, underscore.
underscore
Underscore.
tattoons. Yeah, is there anywhere else that we can find your work? Your website, obviously, but anywhere else?
Yeah. Lately too, I've been doing the shoes. So if you want to follow me at bowl_airs. That's Bullairs, as they like to say it. And then you could also go to bullairs.com and you can check that out. I also run a one-wheel company called Firmware, where we have like 8 pro riders. So definitely check that out at Firmware Ltd. That's on Instagram. And then Collectors Inc. At Instagram too. So
Wow.
You have
Can
so
I
many-
ask you what's the one wheel?
one wheel is basically an electric skateboard, but it just has one wheel in the center, and then it kind of has a balance.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
those. Yeah.
See, I'm a little older, I guess, because I thought that was a unicycle. So I'm like, oh, you ride a unicycle too? I ride a unicycle.
They have an electric unicycle now too.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That is nuts. Jesus, huh? Technology.
Well, you can find Carvers and Creators on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. And we will be here next Thursday with our special guest.
I can't do it.
Oh, there
It's
you go.
opposite. Everything's opposite.
Everything's
Yeah.
backwards.
We're actually going to have Lenny Calvin, a former guest that we've
Hello,
had here,
Lenny.
one of our great friends, will be here next Thursday with us. So definitely check us out. Matt, Paul, did you have anything else that you wanted to promote?
Yeah.
You can't promote this guy enough.
Yeah.
Well, damn it. See, the opposites.
Exactly. I got to do the
Oh,
same thing.
come on. What are you doing?
It's easy when it's that. Nicky, stop it.
I got you. I'm on to your game.
Here's
Mondragon.
a story about
Yeah.
Oh, a man named Mondragon.
Ah,
Yeah, of course. Follow Tom. Man.
Yeah.
He's the man.
Yeah.
He's the man.
You guys
we're all a bunch of like pop culture geeks at heart too. So we just love watching your stuff, love your tattoos, love your
Thank
show, and just couldn't be more excited you came on with us today.
yeah.
I got to work up the
Pleasure
guts.
to be here.
I got to work up the guts to get a leg sleeve of Electric Mayhem.
Paul,
Yeah.
just drive up to New York. It's a quick
It's
easy ride.
down to New York. Oh, actually, he's
yeah.
on update, so it'll be over.
Austin, over,
It's about
up and
6
over.
hours. 6 hours from your neck of the woods to me.
There you go. Make a weekend out of it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I got to work up the guts.
You can
I'm
do
a big baby with needles.
it. You can do it.
You can do it. Well, I know Tom would be the guy. I mean, it's exactly
guy.
the style I would want.
You're
know
in
a
good
guy.
hands.
I know a guy. He's gonna make me Muppet shoes while I'm there.
That'd be amazing.
That'd be sick. I would.
Well, Thom, thank you so much for joining us today. We definitely would love to have you back if you would
anytime.
indulge us.
Thank you very much.
Yes, and we will see you next Thursday for another Carvers and Creators. Thank you so much. Good night, everyone.
Bye.
See you
Thank
guys.
you.